The Raven's heir. Soon as one of them's caught, another one takes his place. Hey, Harold, have you read this? Harold? 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 You hear me? This is no time for fun and games.
Calm down. I'm a copper. We're on the same side.
A copper? What are you doing here? And where's Harold?
Harold? Well, there's another guard back there unconscious. That's probably him. The Eye of the Sphinx. Where is it?
It's there.
Oh, good. Then he hasn't got it yet.
You mean the Raven's heir?
Shh! Turn it off. He's gonna steal the eye.
But how do you know?
Doesn't matter. All that matters is that we catch him. Do you understand?
Yeah, but
Do you understand? You and me, mate, we'll be heroes. All right, now, we just have to...
what?
Halt! Stop! You're under arrest!
Hands up!
I don't have time to play. I'm on duty.
Haha, you're funny. But you don't look like a real cop. You don't even have a revolver.
What's your name, boy?
My name is Matthew Miller,
And where are you from, Matthew Miller?
from Dillsburg, Pennsylvania. But my mom and I live in England now. She's taking care of some rich old lady. We're on our way to Venice at the moment. We're taking a cruise on a big ship.
Impressive. You've already seen... I've spent my entire...
Must be really boring.
And what's with the gun?
It's the Raven. He was gunned down, so now I need a pistol.
Dead birds don't need guns. Nor do live ones.
You don't know who the Raven is, do you? He's the greatest burglar ever. He stole paintings from the Louvre, and those priceless eggs with gold and diamonds and stuff. And Bobby Dobbs says he replaced the crown jewels with rhinestones.
I know who the Raven was. Although, I don't quite buy that bit about the crown jewels. You do know these days there are thieves far more dangerous than your old Raven. 2 days ago, a precious ruby was stolen from the... There was an explosion.
Really?
Yeah.
You talk too much, Constable.
Zellner, monsieur. Anton Jakob Zellner.
Or
No, monsieur.
get a
Inspector Legrand, it's a great honor to work with us.
We appreciate the support of this, but it'd be better if you'd remain seated and...
But, monsieur, surely I can be of assistance.
We have everything, and if you'll excuse me, I'll be in the first freight car at the back of the train for the rest of the trip.
I'm not here to enjoy the beautiful... I am a good observer, and I have...
Thanks to that?
I watched the people on the platform in I know, for example, that...
That would be more impressive if there weren't a violin case next to...
And I believe that the gentleman in the next carriage is a German doctor on his way...
And what gives you that idea?
There's the rod of Asclepius engraved on his cufflink. And he's carrying a German-Italian dictionary.
Maybe he's just taking a holiday in Italy, following in Goethe's footsteps.
Too much luggage. And no, he's not retiring to Italy either. The suitcases are too shabby for me to believe that he can afford to retire.
All right then,
Zellner.
if you're such a clever fellow.
I think you're looking for someone.
You're just guessing. If I were looking for someone, I wouldn't spend the trip cooped up in a freight car.
Well, that would seem to...
And what might it be?
Could it possibly be...
You're guessing. You can't possibly know what's inside the safe.
But if that were the...
Then I'd ask you why the train was...
You don't want to arouse attention.
Evident.
It's a trap.
You've got a vivid imagination. Well, that is impressive, I admit.
You won't.
Won't? Pardonnez-moi.
I can help. You're in my country, and I've been ordered to and that's exactly what I'll do, whether you like it or not.
Your commitment speaks volume, but this is my show.
But how do you know? Oh, hello.
You cheated.
I did what?
I saw you talking to the German doctor on the platform. He told you everything himself, and you were just pretending to put two and two together.
And what of it? Do you know who that is? That's Inspector Nicholas Legrand. You have to impress him if you want to work with him.
I'm going to tell on you.
You'd really tell on me? To the very policeman who shot your dear Raven?
Whoa, it was him?
Mm-hmm. Hunted and killed Europe's most famous burglar. That's how he got his start.
I won't tell him a thing.
I wouldn't either. All right, Matthew. I have to do my work now.
Everyone calls me Matt. Well, except for my mom, as if I were a little...
Whether Legrand wants my... Maybe I can change... All right. Pills for my heart. I'm supposed to take one if I have trouble. But I wasn't about to change. I bought it last week at a flea market. I like it because it... I suppose the previous owner bought himself a newer one. This one still works just fine, though. Vicarage in the Mirror. A detective novel by my favorite author, Lady Clarisse. For years now, I've been trying to convince my I'll leave it there. I'll pick it up before I get off. I'll leave it. I'll pick it up before I get off. I'll leave it there. I'll pick it up before I get off. I'll leave it there. I'll leave it. I'll leave it there. I'll pick it. We Swiss are crazy about. We don't just have a lot of.
Would you be so kind as to close the window?
Oh. The large map shows the Unfortunately, it will make the train. In many cities, they. This is the first car. The violinist is one can only. Hello, sir.
Hello.
If I'm not mistaken,
That's true.
a wonderful instrument.
That's why I learned to play it.
Do you play in an
No,
a solo violinist? The best.
in that case.
Are you traveling to Istanbul?
No. To a ship. I'm on my way.
Cairo?
I'm performing at the reception in the
I'm sure your recital will. But tell me, did you know
Anything on...
persons acting?
For heaven's sake.
Everything is in order.
I understand.
Have a good.
Thank you.
Very kind of you. Thanks.
Oh, no problem. The uniform is waterproof.
Lucio.
Oh, are you a scientist?
No, I work at the...
You don't. So you were.
No.
There was a break-in.
Well, let's just say that nothing that's happened.
What? The famous. And you all.
No.
Just a thought. You're a representative of the British Museum?
I'm sorry. I don't know what you're trying... And now...
May I ask where you are going?
Of course. I'm...
Oh, a beautiful city.
Indeed.
Just one more thing. Did you notice?
Here. All the...
I don't want to tell, but
Yeah,
you'll get in touch.
of course. What's this?
What's the matter?
The door.
Ah. The compartment.
But... I didn't lock... I don't even have a key.
Someone locked.
Find the steward. He needs to bring me the key immediately.
Calm down, Professor. I'll see what I can do.
You don't understand. I have to get back in my compartment.
All right, just wait here. Perhaps a thoughtful. I need the right key. You can easily lock the compartment.
But I didn't...
Professor, if you had locked the door from in there, you wouldn't be out here. I don't believe that. bolt is too The little label on the door reads Baroness von Trebitz. Blue blood on the orient.
Yes, what? Whoever that is, James, ask them whether they found my purse and then close the door.
You're missing a purse. Was it?
At the very least, I cannot find it.
It was...
When did you? When was the last time the Baroness?
What?
In Zurich, on the...
I just asked where you...
In Zurich? James, tell him that I still had it when I got out to stretch my leg.
The Baroness...
Maybe you lost it there.
What?
The Baroness never...
I never...
Very well then. If I might ask you if...
I thought he was looking for my... James, tell him to...
The Baroness wishes that you...
But... all right.
Thank...
I don't believe it. I never thought I'd ever meet you.
Pardon me, but we'd prefer... It's all right, miss. I'd like to speak to...
Unfortunately, just a constable, Lady Westmacott.
That's nice.
Zellner. Anton Jakob.
This is my companion, Miss Miller.
A pleasure. May I ask what you're doing here?
Holiday? Yes, so to speak.
Madam?
I've been writing since I was a little girl. It became my job, and now I've stopped. So, this must be a holiday.
You quit writing? I have all of your books. Your Detective Partout is my favorite.
Then I have bad news for you. I'd rather not discuss my work.
Oh. Are you traveling?
No, we are on our way to Venice. As you may know, I have a penchant. I traveled to Egypt by ship as a...
I see. As a writer, you must be very I mean, you have to study the behavior of...
I solved the mystery of human nature a lot. Since then, most people just...
Really? I had the...
What do you want to...
Did you notice the man who just walked into the next carriage with a cup of...
I did. He was waiting at the... And since the steward never appeared, he elected to help himself. He took 2 biscuits.
He seems pretty young, but he's already a professor at the British Museum.
Interesting. I'll have to talk to him.
Of course. Did you notice the blonde...
I certainly did. He introduced himself and tried to make a good People like him are drawn to wealth and fame, like moths to a flame.
But his charms failed on you.
I know him by name. David Kreutzer.
Do you think he has...
People like him always have a money problem. No matter how much you give them, they always spend twice as much and complain that they have far too little.
Did you notice... What about... Or the Baron?
I notice that you've asked me about everyone, except for the inspector who... Isn't that the Frenchman who made his name when he caught the raven?
I wouldn't quite say caught.
Well... Why don't you ask me about him and my theory about what he's...
I don't think we should discuss Inspector Legrand's investigation in public.
Legrand, right. That... Will he save the day again? Or will you?
There's something else. A passenger...
I'm sorry, Constable Zellner. As you know...
Have you asked my boy yet? Maddie is good at finding things.
As much as I'd like to keep talking...
You were right.
Matt.
I did observe you as you came in.
It's been a long time.
And this is it.
I do.
Then grab it. Even small people can make big changes.
I shall do. The steward must have forgotten the toothpick. Normally he would offer them discreetly after dinner. I've loved them since I was... Their only drawback... Who'd have thought that one day butterscotch would remind me of my age and of all... I suppose the steward won't object to me having a look around in it. Pad on which the steward writes orders. Empty. Maybe he didn't use it because there's no... I don't need the pad, but the pencil might come in handy. The steward probably uses the... These days nearly everything is sealed up tight. I'll leave the scissors here. Perhaps he... Lock. The drawer is locked. A shortwave radio. It's amazing how small these things have... A short... This is the steward's own little kingdom. But as long as he's not around, he... This is the steward's own little... But as long as... When I scratch the pencil's lead with the scissors, I get fine graphite powder. I won't get a Nobel Prize for the idea, but graphite powder will bring out fingerprints. Zelda.
Right.
Tell me, did you notice anything suspicious here on the train or in Zurich?
You mean, except for the fact that my suitcase was stolen on... No. Is there any reason to be concerned?
No. Just routine.
Constable Zellner, please don't think I'm naive. I spot Legarde is his...
Legrand.
If you say so. At the train station in Zurich, he put a cash box into the... Don't tell me that a man at his pay grade routinely tramps across the...
A cash box? Like the ones you...
Precisely. And I believe we...
I do indeed have a theory.
A ruby was stolen in London. One of the legendary Eyes of the Sphinx. The second jewel, an emerald, is rumored to be in a Swiss bank vault. Both jewels were supposed to be exhibited together in Cairo for the first time in 50 years. It does make one wonder.
Indeed. Any news about the rob?
Quite something. It must have been professionals. The way they disabled one of the best.
People were...
Well, one cannot execute a robbery of that scale without collateral damage. It seems like the Raven has finally found a worthy successor.
I'm afraid I won't enjoy his exploits.
That's your problem.
May I
You can take the section with the art you're interested in. Here.
Dankeschön. There's something else. Do you know?
I'd like to know that. I told him to search for my missing suitcase in Zurich. He's probably in cahoots with the... If we don't crack down on vermin like them.
Well, at the moment...
He is not here doing his job. That's bad enough.
I meant the Baroness.
This train is really full of the creme de la creme.
Have you seen the...
Unfortunate. Do you know Lady Westmacott?
Well,
like so many others. I once read in the newspaper that only Shakespeare and the Bibles...
I read that too.
She must be filthy rich. As a doctor, I'd have to work 1,000 years to...
Auf Wiedersehen, Doctor.
Goodbye, Constable.
Mrs. Miller made a good impression. She wanted to protect Lady Westmacott from me, a pushy... But she does seem a little... I imagine she has her work cut out for her with Matt. And a difficult boss, from what they say. Mrs.
Yes?
The little boy, Matt.
Oh, yeah. Has he done something?
No, I've already met him. Clever little...
We always call him Professor because he's so precocious.
Did you notice...
Oh, I'm afraid...
She's always got an awful lot to...
You have to tell me if that's...
Good Lord, child. Knit as much as...
So?
No,
Goodbye, Mrs.
Goodbye,
I suppose it contains tools for the train's crew. At any rate, it's positioned so... Locked.
Bang! Bang!
Huh?
Don't move! I'll shoot! Hey, my...
You'll get it back in Venice. I could have fallen under the wheels.
I thought you were a goat.
Ghosts don't exist.
They do too. One just flew past the window.
Yes, sure.
Oh, man.
The ladder leads... It will be suicidal to climb up there while the train is... The wind, tunnels... No. I strongly suspect that the... No. It's open. Hello? Wow.
Put the gun down. If I may introduce Constable Robert Oliver, and this is the revered Constable Zellner of the Swiss police, who obviously...
Then I was right. You really do want to lure some...
That's none of your business.
Perhaps that someone recently struck in London.
And how would I bait my trap?
With an eye? An eye on its way from Zurich to Cairo.
Someone has done his homework.
I hope you'll acknowledge that I, as a Swiss policeman...
Are we still in Switzerland?
I could be your eyes on the train, as long as you're here in the...
Oh, really?
There is a certain Professor Lucien on the... He's an archaeologist.
And what's his
Well, it seems someone locked him up.
Locked him out?
Well, yes. The door is locked and he's...
Was it locked?
It may have... Do you think the locked door could be...
Professor Lucien plays an important... Well then, Constable Zellner, be my eyes and ears on the train, and... Report back to me when you're...
My... And then there's the Baroness.
Baroness von Trebitz. Interest.
Indeed, sir.
But it has nothing to do with it.
So I shouldn't...
Why not? But don't expect me to be... But
what do you know of this Raven's...
He tried to blow me up.
Rob, we don't know who we're dealing with.
In any event, the new Raven is a more dangerous man than the old one. Or...
And anyway, how do you know that it's a new Raven?
Monsieur?
Never mind.
I go attend...
Good. And...
Yes?
Don't bother us, unless you have something new.
Of course. A thief might get anxious if there's...
Exactement. Knock twice.
Understood. An investigation on behalf of Legrand that takes me one step closer. If I can convince him of my competence, I might even be able to see this case through to the end.
Oh, Constable...
Yes?
My son didn't make any trouble. It's just that he just walked past us, silent and seething.
I'm afraid so. He played a trick on me. The lad left me no choice but to take away his wooden...
I understand. Matty is a very lively child. Sometimes he needs a strong father.
Where is Matt's father, if I may?
He's gone.
Ah.
Could you, leave Matty's pistol here, perhaps?
Of course.
Very well.
Hello, Matt. Oh, come on. Are you going to be angry with me for the...
Until I get my pistol back.
I gave it to your mother.
Couldn't you have just raked me over the coals?
Would you have learned anything?
I didn't learn anything.
Would you like a butt?
You think you can bribe me?
I have no reason to. You take it as a peace offering.
Just 4?
If I'm faster than you, they'll only...
Hey!
Friends again?
Mm-hmm.
All right. And no dangerous...
Okay.
Your mother is Lady Westmacott's...
Yeah, but it's not like you think. At first I thought, boy, you must be really wicked if you need to pay for it. But the lady's really okay. A bit odd but other than that, she's great.
The lady has...
Hey!
You and your mother, do you...
I'm only there for the holidays.
I imagine that's not very pleasant.
No, it's fine. I have friends there.
Such a big house with so...
You said it.
And how long has your mother...
2 years.
And your father?
He stayed home. I used to go fishing with him. And he even let me shoot a real gun. Then Mom fought with him. I was 7.
Oh.
In 8 months, I'll be 9.
And do you already know what you want to be?
We'll see.
Really? You need a lot of talent for... I'm an actor in a theater.
You are?
Oh, yes. And I'm one of the best. I get really... I don't just talk like the character. I think like him. I become him. It's the only way... Matt, are you...
I think you just have to be good at copying things to be an actor.
That wasn't bad. Disturbing, but not... The Baroness in the second compartment. Oh, do you have any idea?
Do I ever?
Hmm?
That guy over there with the violin.
What about?
He picked up something in Zurich.
Really?
Yeah. And he made
But you saw him.
Uh-huh.
Did you also see what it was?
Nah, but now that I think of it,
I should look into it, should
I think so.
Tell me, have you seen the steward?
Nope.
Hopefully they didn't forget him in Zurich.
What's he supposed to...
I'm looking for a key to open a compartment door.
Did you check his things behind the counter?
I'm sure the drawers will be locked.
Can't you break it open? Or pick the lock like the Raven?
Perhaps. But I need a piece of...
Ask my mom. She has a lot of hairpins. She doesn't like the wind
So long.
So...
Should... That will be quite unprofessional. The kid's not on the warpath anymore. I don't think for the next half hour. The violin case looks pretty old. The best violins are often in... I doubt the violinist... Excuse me. A passenger is missing her...
Really?
Someone saw you with...
What's the meaning of this?
Nobody said you did. I just wanted to ask you... Why did you think I would...
Well, I thought...
Apropos, may I have a look at you?
Oh, that's not possible.
Very bad.
Very.
What could harm it here? May I ask you to open?
No, you may not.
I'm afraid I have to...
Then I'm afraid you need a warrant.
Have a good...
Thank you.
Mrs...
Yes?
Please excuse my unusual...
One of my hairpins?
It's a long story.
Well, if you really need one.
Go ahead, Mary. The constable won't do it any harm.
Of course.
Is this one okay?
It'll do nicely, madam. Goodbye, Mrs...
Goodbye.
And suddenly... Whoops. Batteries, a toothbrush. Just this one. That's it. There we go. This should help. I have everything I need.